Before you say anything, I want you to listen to me for 1 minute.
He stole my truck, and I busted his with his...
Is she telling the truth? Case is dismissed. But you have certain rights.
Oh, wow. I know this.
Is there anything you wish to say? That light was red. You went right through there. Have a big date or something? You're gonna get this if you keep it up, all right?
This is Court in Providence.
Placido Hoff.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Your motor vehicle has been booted. You have 6 unpaid parking tickets. It's $170 for the tickets, and it's a $100 boot fee. It's a total of $270.
I need to pay it, but the thing is that at this time, I really have not much money at all. I need, if it's possible.
I don't hear a word you're saying.
I don't know if it's possible to get on the payment plan, please, because I haven't.
What are you telling me? You can't pay?
Not all of it right now.
How much do you have?
I have about $90 right now.
90?
Yeah.
No. First of all, the city has already put out $100 because the city hires a private contractor to place boots on the vehicle. So the city has already paid $100 because you haven't paid your tickets. And now you're before the court and you're saying, well, I know I didn't pay my tickets, and I know the car got booted, and I don't have enough money to pay the tickets. So we're at least going to get the city its money back, okay? So how much can you pay a week?
A week? About $100 a week.
You can pay $100 a week.
That would be a lot, though.
You just came in here and said you can't pay any money because you can't get the boot off the car, and all of a sudden, it's a miracle you can pay $100 a week. I think you have hidden assets.
I do not at all.
No, you have a hidden account.
That was a stretch. Definitely a stretch.
Inspector Quinn, check. Where's Inspector Quinn? Well, Inspector Quinn, I'm left here alone with no security.
I apologize, Your Honor. Officer Furtado had an emergency we were trying to address.
Oh.
I do believe, Your Honor, he said he had $90 today. The city would
No, I
accept the
know.
90 today.
No, we're not.
If it pleases the court.
All right. You're gonna have to pay $100 to remove the boot. Right, so come up with the extra $10. And you're gonna pay $20 a week on the balance. Okay? Can you handle 20 a week?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I still think you have hidden assets. We're gonna check on you.
I just have a question, Your Honor. For how long do I have until to pay the other remaining $10? Because I only have 90 right now. How long do I have to pay to the rest of the 100?
All right, I'm gonna remove it for the $90, okay? If you miss one payment on that $20 a week, I'm putting all the penalties back on. You got it?
Absolutely.
All right. Absolutely. All right, that's twice you used that word, don't forget. All right. 3 tickets, you qualify to have a boot placed on your car. 3 tickets, unpaid. Then the tickets triple, and then the boot goes on the car. If the boot goes on the car, that's $100 just for the boot fee. If they don't pay it within 24 hours, the car gets towed. If the car gets towed, now you owe the boot fee, you owe the tickets, you owe the tow fee, which is just under $100. Every day that it's at the towing company, you pay a storage fee, which is close to $30 a day. If I enforce that rigorously, people will actually lose their cars because they will not be able to redeem them. Chiara Barrett.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning. What are you so happy about?
I'm always happy.
Are you happy you got booted?
No.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. I was trying to make sure I understand what's going on here. You have 8 unpaid parking tickets. Your motor vehicle has been booted. These are all overnight parking tickets. Is this outside your house?
Yes.
All right.
So I have.
Did anyone explain to you that you can buy a parking pass?
I have all the information that my landlord gave to me to go get the sticker. So now I want to pay that by the end of the week, but I want to pay $100 for the boot, $150 towards my tickets, and $10 a week on the rest of my tickets, if I could.
Have you taken courses in labor disputes or anything like that? I mean,
No.
you come in with the answer like right away.
I just know what I was in for coming in.
Did you decide how much you're going to pay too? I'm just curious. Did you decide the whole thing, how much you're going to pay?
Today?
The total fine?
How much is the total?
$4,000.
No, it's not.
Oh, I misread it. Okay, it's $200 for the tickets, and it's a $100 boot fee.
Okay.
Okay. You can pay $100 today, is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
And you can pay $20 per week?
$10 a week.
All right, here's the deal. The city's been here since 1636, so it's not going anywhere, so we can wait for the $10 a week.
Okay.
But just let me give you this admonition. I'm giving you a break on the entire fines because they tripled, and I waived a lot of those penalties.
Okay, thank you.
And I understand, if you can pay $10 a week, I understand that, trust me. But pay the 10, because if you don't, the boot's going back on the car, and then you're gonna have to pay all the penalties,
Okay.
okay? Mr. Scout.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Your first name, sir?
I don't have one, actually.
What is it?
I do not have one.
You do not have a first name?
Correct.
Okay. So you, how do you prefer to be?
People
called?
usually just say Scout or Dr. Scout, one of the two.
Mr. Scout?
Yeah,
Mr. Scout.
fine.
Okay. It's the first time I've met someone without a first name.
Me too.
Okay. Do you have a license?
I do.
Do you have it with you?
Yep. Oh, sorry. Yes, Your Honor. My apologies.
That is original, Judge. I gotta agree with you.
That's good. You have a good driving record, sir. Do you want this matter dismissed on your good driving record?
I would greatly appreciate that, Your Honor.
Is there a story behind you not having a first name? I'm just curious.
It was kind of just a nickname that my friends took on as being, I was kind of popular locally. And so it kind of ran away with itself, and my friends were the ones who decided that was it. That was my only name. I finally got it. to become
Were you
legal.
given a first name at birth or not?
Yeah.
Oh, you were? What was it back then?
Well, I'm transgender, so my first name at birth was Christy Weschler.
Oh, okay.
Had to get rid of that, Your Honor.
Oh, well, you don't have to go any further. But anyway, I just was curious. It's just interesting.
Yeah. Lower carbon footprint, Your Honor.
Looking for more Caught in Providence? Catch us on the Facebook, the Twitter, the YouTube, and the Instagram, and tell us what you think. This is Caught in Providence.
Paul Cochran.
Get to the microphone, Paul. To the microphone.
Hi, Your Honor.
Your Honor, that's a court judgment that was due. Mr. Cochran's unable to satisfy the court judgment. He's just asking for more time.
How much time do you need?
I get paid monthly.
How much was the judgment for?
135. But I mean,
$100 fine?
yeah, open
Open
container.
alcohol container? How much time do you need to pay this?
I get paid monthly, man, but to pay the whole thing off at once, it's gonna
When?
be tough.
How much time?
A couple of months,
A couple of months?
60 days.
All right.
I can pay half and then pay the other half. I'd like to pay the whole thing full, but I'm on a champagne thirst and beer bankroll.
All right, the matter's continued 60 days for payment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jose Gomez.
Good morning, Your Honor. Susanna Cotter for Jose Gomez.
Mr. Gomez is charged with disorderly conduct. On August 28, 2015, at approximately 10 o'clock in the evening, Mr. Gomez was transported to Rhode Island Hospital for an issue. When he arrived at the hospital, he was seated in a chair while the hospital staff was trying to take his vital signs. He began to yell and scream at the nurse, "Stop touching me." At this time, people in the emergency room began looking at Gomez, and he called over security because he was causing a disturbance, and people were frightened because of his belligerent conduct toward everyone there. Then this conduct continued yelling and screaming at the staff. Again, they went over for a second time in an attempt to check his vitals. At this time, he ripped the blood pressure cuff off his arm, struck the nurse in the leg, and he was charged with disorderly conduct. How does he plead?
Your Honor, may I approach?
Want to approach?
Yes.
All right. Counsel, how does your client plead?
Nolo, Your Honor.
Do you want to make an impassioned plea on behalf of your client?
I would like to request, Your Honor, my client currently resides at Harrington Hall. It's a homeless shelter at the ACI campus. He doesn't have a source of income right now. That you impose a probationary period in which he promises the city he will not cause any trouble. He has not, in this court, caused trouble in, again, the 10 months that I've been here. If in the 6 months that you give him, he does violate, then we understand that the court can impose whatever sentence they want.
All right. Your client's had other contacts with the
He has.
with law enforcement. Evidently, the problem appears to be some kind of a substance abuse, whether it's alcohol or drugs, I really don't know. But that's the core issue here, and that's what he has to address. I understand that he doesn't have any money, so for the court to impose a fine at this point would be counterproductive, because then he wouldn't be able to pay it, or he would do something crazy to try to go and get the money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the case for 6 months. We'll file it for a period of 6 months. And Inspector Quinn, do you want to be heard on any other sentence in addition to filing the case for 6 months?
Yes, Your Honor. The city would ask that in lieu of the fine, the city would agree to a 6-month filing with a 5-day suspended sentence at the ACI if that 6 month is violated.
Okay, I'm inclined to accept the recommendation of both of you and of Inspector Quinn that I will continue the matter for a period of 6 months, and then to protect the public's interest, that if he violates that filing,
Yes.
that he'll be sentenced to the ACI for a period of 5 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Now back to the judge and court in Providence.
Dennis Flaherty. Mr. Flaherty, you're charged with speeding
Yes, sir.
on South Main Street.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have a completely unblemished driving record here forever.
Thank you.
Now you're taking a bad turn in life. What's going on here?
It was just a heavy foot. I'll leave it at that.
You want this dismissed on your good driving record?
That would be wonderful.
Basilico Marino.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Marino, you're charged with going through a red light on Westminster and Manton Avenue. You do not have a good driving record. Last year, you paid a fine for speeding. So you have two choices, sir. You can either come back and have a trial, or you can pay $85.
Just want to ask you because the police who give me this ticket say I passed the red light, but it wasn't yellow. Probably because...
Well, according to the police officer, you went through a red light on Westminster and Manton Avenue.
Yeah, that's what he said, but I see what's yellow, still was yellow.
Why don't you come back and have a trial?
It's okay. I just want to ask you if you can give me a break because right now I
give you a
work
break
part-time.
If you want to come back and have a trial, I can make a decision based on what you say and what the police officer says. If not, everybody come up here and say, "Yeah, give me a break," you know.
You know, I wish it was
camera.
camera
Everybody's got a break.
there.
Everybody go home. So.
You know, I wish it
I'll be
was
the most
camera
popular
there.
judge
So
in America.
If it was a camera, it's okay, but it's not camera, so for me it was yellow light. So, but it's okay. I just want to ask you if you can give me a break, or if I had to pay everything, I do. No problem.
Well, I'm glad it's no problem. That sounds like you made it easy for me. It's no problem.
I'm all set with it.
You all set, Inspector Quinn?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's no problem. Good.
I mean, at least, you know, half of the $85 I can pay right now. whatever your heart tells you.
Whatever my heart tells me.
I understand the city want to make some money, but you know, sometimes the police officers, they...
Inspector Quinn, do you have a heart?
Yeah,
What's your heart telling you?
it's the size of a blueberry, Judge, so.
Listen, I don't want to make light of this, you understand? In other words, coming up saying, give me a break, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. If you want to come back and have a trial, I'll listen to what you say, I'll listen to what the police officer says, and I'll make a decision based on that.
I'm okay, I mean, whatever,
All right. It's $85.
whatever you're gonna say, so right, no problem.
$85. Have a good day.
At least you give me a break, right?
Yeah, you didn't charge the court cost.
Thanks.
Have a seat.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Sabrina, you're charged with cutting into a funeral procession.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to tell me about this?
I was not aware that it was a funeral procession. I was signaled to go by the driver coming out of the highway, so I went, and then I was stopped by the officer.
All right, there wasn't an accident or anything?
No.
Oh. You know, you have a good driving record. You have nothing on your record. I'm not going to dismiss this on your good driving record. I'm going to dismiss it outright. And I don't condone people cutting into funerals, obviously.
No.
No one does. I don't really think you did it. I think it's a question of notice. You have to know that you're doing that. I mean, I think we've all been guilty at one point or another of being stopped at, when a light turns green, you take a right, then all of a sudden you realize there's a funeral. But based on the fact that you haven't had any violations, I'm going to give you a break on it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And don't do it again.
Definitely not.
All right.
You are watching Caught in Providence.
Jason Sameo. Jason, you have an expired meter on Waybossa Street.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anything you wish to tell me about this?
Yes, my father and I split the responsibilities for this vehicle, actually.
Your father and you split the responsibilities?
Yes, sir.
All right, $12.50 each. It's $25.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Reagan Merriweather. Reagan, this is ticket number 200-172-3325. Charges you with parking at an expired meter on Prospect Street.
Yes.
Is there anything you wish to tell me about this?
I had 3 quarters, and that's all I had, was 3 quarters. And so that's what I used.
And then you got a $50 penalty on top of the $25 ticket. I'm going to waive the penalties. It's $25.
I'm not working, and I haven't been working since last year, so could I make payment? I mean,
Did you drive up from Middletown this morning for this?
Yes, yes.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Sometimes, depending on the circumstances, I will dismiss the case outright and say you're still going to maintain your good driving record. You know, this is really an isolated incident in your life, and we're going to reward you, you know, for this extended period of good driving. I think it's just to do that. You haven't had any parking tickets. This is your first one, so I'm going to give you a break on it because of the financial situation that you're presently facing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I can't read the writing. The last name is McCall. Okay, sir. And Joe Baroa. Jane Arone. Jane, you have 2 red lights.
Good morning, Your Honor. I accepted responsibility for those tickets and paid it. It was $110. So I had called the court to find out why I was here, and they said that the check didn't clear. So I checked my bank statement, and apparently I only had $90 in the bank when I had wrote the $110 ticket. And also, I have an expired meter ticket also that I've paid. And they said that that didn't get to them on time either. So I I have no defense except that I thought I had handled it. And I have proof that I paid those tickets right here.
How much time do you need to pay?
As much as you could give me.
14 years? How many?
No, a few weeks.
Oh, we can do that.
You can do that?
Well, it's going to cost you $85.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to give you a month to pay.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor, I appreciate that.
Can you handle that?
I will. I can and I will. And you're more charming in person than you are on TV.
If you said that before time, I might have dismissed the whole thing.
I wanted to get a clear answer. I didn't want to butter you up.
All right. If you need more time, just let us know.
Okay.
We got a man. It's a fascinating show.
Hi, this is Judy from Warren. I just think that the judge sympathizes with two sides of the story. He knows what he's doing, and he does the right decision making. I think that the judge is very reasonable, and he's very cool and understanding and down to earth, and he should keep up the good work. Hi, this is Savannah and my friend Samantha, and we think Judge Caprio is a banging judge, and he's mad cool, he's outgoing, and he should keep up the good work.
I'm Frank O'Donnell. Tune in next week, and until then, don't get caught in Providence.